And today with a solution that will allow us to extend any HDMI signal from any multimedia streaming source to a remote location up to 300 feet away, 90 meters, just using one single CAT cable. And of course, this 8K HDMI extender. My name is Roberto George. Welcome back to the OREI's YouTube channel, and let's take a closer look at it. So inside the package, we will find one power adapter, two infrared cables, one is the receiver, one is the transmitter, 4 RS-232 connectors, and of course this receiver and this transmitter, which are very similar in terms of connectivity. At the front, the only difference that we will find is that on the transmitter we'll see the ID controller, and that at the back both have the DC input, but we will only need to connect one as the power will go over the Cat6 cable to the second unit. There's a Cat6 output on the transmitter and input on the receiver. Both have audio output, an HDMI input on the transmitter and HDMI output on the receiver. Infrared in and infrared out on both, and RS-232 on both. Connectivity wise, it's really simple. At this moment I've got the setup box right over here with an HDMI cable that will go into the HDMI input right over here on the transmitter. Now the transmitter has a power jack connected to the power supply, and it has a Ethernet cable or a Cat6 or Cat7 cable, which will then connect to the receiver, which is at the far end, and we can go up to 300 feet, 90 meters away. And that receiver right over there, which only has the cable, the Ethernet cable, as power with the Ethernet cable, doesn't need to have a power adapter connected directly. And then we only have one HDMI cable at this moment connected to this TV, so we will have the image that started here on this device going to this one, and then with one single cable it will go directly to the receiver, which will transmit to the TV. So simple as this. Now with one of the possible setups for the HDMI extender, which is connected via the Ethernet cable or Cat6 or Cat7 cable to the unit near to that TV, and we will be able to reach 90 meters or 300 feet if we are doing 8K at 30 Hz or 4K at 120. But if we lower to 4K at 60 Hz, we will be able to go to 400 feet or 120 meters. Or if we lower to 1080 at 60, then we will be able to achieve 492 feet or 150 meters away, which is really cool. Now at this moment we have a setup example with a dual screen, and if I press the identify button here, we will see that I've got screen number 1 and screen number 2, which means that I can work as if I was in a dual display setup. So I can use my main display for something and then the second display for something else, like if I want to do a presentation and still have here something else. But we can also do the duplicate these displays. So if I want, I can just keep as is, and to match the resolution that I want on that bigger display, I'm going to change the resolution here. So let's keep changes, and there we go. And right now if I want to play a video, for example, then I can just go and play a video. Inputting two multimedia devices, outputting to one single TV or display with audio extraction. So we will be able to connect our soundbar or our audio system directly to the switch, and then with a single press of a button right over here, and we will be able to control the sound. We will be able to switch between the on the destination. Now regarding sound, there are other ways that we can do this, and let me lower down. We can also connect speakers directly to the HDMI extender as well. So if we want to improve our audio quality, we will be able to connect speakers, or we will be able to connect to any other audio system. So in a situation where I want to show off exactly what I'm playing on screen, I just need to replicate my screen, and there we go. We have this setup right over here. But really quickly, we can also select as we were before, just by going to our displays and duplicate, instead of duplicate, extending these displays, making us available to work with a dual display setup, which is really cool at a long distance. But besides any computer, we can connect any multimedia streaming device, and at this moment I've got a setup box, an Android TV box with my ISP TV service running. But if we take a look, I can then just use Android, for example, or we can use Apple TV 4K or a DVD player, for example, or any other multimedia streaming device which has an HDMI output. So we will be able to accomplish a long distance, and we will be able to control it either here or at the destination, because at this moment I don't require to have the IR cables connected, but inside the package, as we have seen, we have IR cables that I can connect one here, and then 300 feet away I can connect the other IR cable, and if I go to the destination I will be able to control the device that it's near to the source, and that's something really awesome as well. So at this moment, controlling this device right over here adds a huge difference, because the cable that we have is really long, up to a maximum of 300 feet, and there we go. And it's simple as this, just using this HDMI extender, and between them the only thing required is one Cat6 or Cat7 cable, so that we can achieve the 300 feet away, 90 meters, with great image quality. Hopefully this video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. If you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing it so that we can keep on sharing news and tips such as this. My name is George, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.